Hi everyone, my name is Janique and today I'll be doing a chapter reading from Learning to Live, the Infinite Love Series Book 1 by Kira Adams. Prologue. Topher. We made no sense. She was oil and I was water, but somehow we worked. No one would ever understand it fully, and I liked that. I liked that we shared a connection that couldn't be defined. Kira, we weren't even on the other's radar when everything first began to happen, and then something shifted inside both of us. He taught me how to live, and I taught him how to let go. Chapter 1. Topher. Yes, 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 Sophia screams underneath me as I thrust deeper. She's breathing deeply. One might even think she's actually enjoying herself. But I know Sophia better than that. I know she's faking it. I glance at my diamond-encrusted Rolex. 20 more minutes. Topher! Sophia cries out. I flick my eyes to meet hers. God, are you even in there? She pushes me off of her roughly, then gathers the sheets off my bed, covering her body. Sorry, I reply, running my hand over my face and falling flat on my back. Sorry, really? She exclaims angrily, her green eyes appearing black. What the hell is up with you lately? A lot, but nothing I want to discuss with her. Nothing, I lie. I have to get ready for dinner. My dad is finally going to introduce me to his girlfriend. Sophia sighs loudly, then hops off my bed, running straight into my bathroom and closing the door behind her. I grab my boxer briefs and slide them back on along with my jeans, belt and polo. A few minutes later, she returns, idly dropping the sheet to the floor and tossing her clothes back on as well. Before, the sight of my girlfriend naked could make me hard in a nanosecond. Now, it just annoys the crap out of me. She snatches her purse from the ground and gives me a quick peck on the cheek. See you later. Sure. I shrug, not even bothering to feign excitement. She whips her head around and takes off. Sophia Thompson. Cheerleader, queen bee, socialite, and my girlfriend of 4 years. Most guys would kill for the opportunity to date her. I'm not most guys. Over time, I've grown to hate almost everything that makes up the person she is, and I've mastered the art of faking it. She's stubborn, opinionated, rude, condescending, vain, and completely self-centered. She wasn't always like this. I met her at the end of middle school, and she was funny and fun to be around, sweet and even endearing. A lot has changed. Mainly, her popularity skyrocketed and her personality flatlined. I know I should break up with her, but I've grown used to our social status and the hierarchy. Everyone in school wants to date us or be us. Knowing this makes it hard to dump her like the trash she is. Power has always been something I've loved to control. The problem is, I've been hiding my true feelings for her for so long that I just don't give a shit anymore. Faking it feels normal, so I continue on with the charade. 6 months ago, I found out Sophia is fucking my best friend Joe. It wasn't even a surprise to me. I actually felt relieved. If he was giving it to her good, then maybe I wouldn't have to try so hard. It's a fucked up situation, I know, but I feel numb about it all. I head downstairs and quickly begin setting the table. It feels like forever that my father has been sneaking around with his new girlfriend. I always thought I would have met her sooner, but good for him for getting the chance to act younger than he is. My mother died when I was just a baby. I don't even remember what she looked like. My father has shown me plenty of pictures, but she's always felt like a stranger due to the fact that I was too young to have any memories of her. He's dated a few women since, but it's mainly just been the two of us. He owns a couple of car lots and is rarely ever home, so I've grown accustomed to being on my own. After setting the table, I help myself to a glass of water and glance at the clock on the stove. They should be here any minute. I wonder if his new lady will have kids. I wonder what she'll look like. His past choices in women have been very eclectic. I'm not even sure what to expect this time around. I hear the garage open and my eyes lock on the door. Any minute now. I hear muffled whispers as car doors shut, then shuffling of feet toward the door. Moment of truth. The handle turns and my father walks in, carrying his briefcase. His Armani suit is immaculate as always, and his dark hair is gelled to perfection. I peek my eyes around him and notice another man walking in. He is thin and pale, with short blonde hair and a more laid-back look to him. He wears a blue striped button-down shirt and jeans. So much for dinner. I wonder who this guy is. Topher, my father exclaims, startled. I didn't know you were there. I nod, my eyes dancing between my father and his unfamiliar friend. Where's your girlfriend? My question seems to make him uncomfortable. He clears his throat before speaking. Do you want to sit? Why is he acting so strange? I shake my head, then fold my arms across my body. Topher, this is Clark, my father says, and his friend extends his hand apprehensively for me to shake. I take it, and it's seriously the most puny handshake I've ever received. Hey Topher, I've heard so much about you, Clark says, smiling slightly. I nod stiffly. Do you work at the lot? Clark swallows, his Adam's apple jumping up his throat. No. Okay, now I'm confused. Then how do you guys know each other? I address the question to my father. He sets his briefcase down on the kitchen counter, taking a small step toward me. Topher, the way he says my name makes my heart race, leaving me uneasy. Clark and my mind instantly goes into overdrive. What the fuck? My eyes shoot back and forth between my father and Clark. No fucking way. Topher, my father says again, concern lacing his voice. You're a fucking fag? I exclaim angrily, pounding my fist into the granite countertop. My father's eyes widen and I see a flash of hurt pass across them. Clark gasps at my outburst. I will not have you talking that way to me in my own home, my father cries out angrily. This has to be some bad fucking dream. This is not my real life. I throw my head into my hands, my body beginning to convulse. I feel someone's hand slightly touch me, and I throw myself back before realizing it's my father. I have somewhere to be, I mutter under my breath as I turn my back to them and race back up the stairs. I can hear my father calling after me, but my body is on autopilot. Before I even know what's happening, I've grabbed the keys to the Porsche and I'm out the door. I don't think I've ever driven this fast in my life. I know I should slow down, but I want the image that is seared across my mind gone. How can my father be? How? None of it makes any sense. My phone is vibrating in the pocket of my jeans. I pull it out and see that it's my father. I chuck it to the floorboard of the passenger seat angrily. This can't be my life. I end up at Sophia's, out of habit. Her red Mustang is in the driveway, so I know she's home. I jump out of my car and quickly make my way to the door. I pound harder on it than I intend to. Luckily, I can see her sandy brown hair coming to answer it. Topher? She says, confused. I thought you had to do dinner with your dad. Screw my dad, I reply, letting myself in and pulling her into me. I cover her lips with mine, kissing her more passionately than I have in a very long time. What was that for? She asked breathlessly as I break off the kiss. I know I've been distracted lately, but I want you. I want you now. I pick her up in my arms and slam her against the door, kissing her neck, her jaw. I need a distraction. Sophia's breaths are becoming labored. Topher, not here. I put her back down on the ground and she reaches for my hand, pulling me further into her familiar household. Hi, Topher, I hear her mother call out from inside the kitchen. Hi, Mrs. Thompson, I shout back as we continue to make our way to her bedroom. After we are securely inside and the door is locked, I throw her onto the bed and pounce on her. What has gotten into you? She asks playfully. Less talking, more action. I don't want to think about anything that transpired earlier at my house. All I want to do is have fucking sex. Okay, she giggles. Then I shut my mind off. My body goes back on autopilot and I give an award-winning performance. Unfortunately for me, the distraction is short-lived, and before I know it, I'm back in my car, pounding my steering wheel with my fist. I know I can't avoid my house forever, but I never saw this coming. I can't even imagine the response if I tell Joe or Sophia about what happened. I'd never be able to separate myself from the stigma. The problem is I don't actually mind gays, but my father, I'll never live it down. Everyone in my high school will find out, and I know my life will become a living hell. I know it's not about me, but all I can focus on is the repercussions of his choices and how they will affect my comfortable life. Hey dude, Joe greets me, taking a step aside so I can walk into his house. What are you up to? Brushing past him, I propel myself onto the couch with a thud. His house is a lot cozier than mine, and I've been coming here for so many years it's almost like a second home. Just bored and wanted to see what you're up to. He walks over to the fridge, opening it. Root beer? I nod and he tosses the cold can to me. It lands effortlessly in the palm of my hand. I pop the tab and take a quick sip. Have you done the English homework? Joe looks back at me, then rolls his eyes. Who do you think you're talking to? I chuckle. You're right, my bad. He plops himself down next to me, sinking into the cushion. Bro, have you seen the tits on Alyssa lately? I think all the weight she packed on went straight to the twins. I tried to think back on the last time she was around me, the other day at school, but my mind has been elsewhere. I haven't been paying attention to much lately besides avoiding my house at all costs. I missed calls and texts from my father are an annoying reminder that I can't avoid him forever. At some point, we are going to have to finish the dreadful conversation, and I would rather saw my arm off. Why did he have to do this? Tope, Joe says quietly, leaning forward, concern etched across his face. Sorry, what? You've been zoned out like for a while, man. You sure you're okay? I shake my head back and forth. I'm fine. Can we just play some Call of Duty or something? Joe's eyes light up, and he's already grabbing the remote controls before I can change my mind. Now we're talking. He has no idea I'm using him to avoid my house. I had no idea he was using me to screw my girlfriend. We are both shitty people in my eyes.